I've never given a sermon at church, so this is my sermon. Okay. So Charlie just said, he was like, oh, I don't know how much impact I had on Lillian. So now I'm going to tell you, all of you, the impact you've had on me. If I don't mention you by name, I still love you very much. Okay, dear friends and family. To be honest, I cannot believe that I am saying this speech. One, because I never knew if this day would come, but two, I would never want to throw a goodbye party because it is too sad. But I was in Colorado for the past month at missionary training, and they taught us the importance about good goodbyes. That we need to have good goodbyes so we can have good hellos. So this is my good goodbye. So if you listen to my missionary sharing, when I was younger, there were two things that I wanted. One was a mission and purpose for my life, and two was a family to do life with. And God revealed that my mission in life was to love Him and love others, and through that, He led me on the path to Japan. But for my family, I do have a blood-related family, but I also have everybody here. And you are all my church family, my spiritual family, and my chosen family. And today, I wanted to thank and appreciate every person here for shaping me into the person I am today. So I'm going to go chronologically with my high school friends. So to my high school friends, Raymond, who's not here, Stephanie, Jenny, and Barry. You have been a part of my life for over a decade now. And I honestly think I peaked in high school. I will never forget the long afternoons and evenings painting cardboard in my front drive and going on mission trips to Arizona and Colombia and getting our driver's licenses and being able to have freedom. And I miss that time of my youth because it felt like the entire world was at my fingertips and there were endless possibilities, but I also had my best friends by my side to grow and do life with. So to Raymond and Stephanie, you both saw me struggle and mature as a leader throughout my many years of student council. And Stephanie, thank you for calling me out when I was really immature and prideful of my decisions. For Raymond, who's not here, I'm thankful to him for always jumping on board with whatever crazy idea I had. And Jenny, I'm very glad I met you through FBLA, and then we reunited in college, and then God brought Japan to both of our hearts. And Barry, thanks for being you, even back in high school. Thanks to all of you for being a part of my high school years, for being my friend then, and still being here today. It means a lot. Okay, hold on. Okay, after high school comes college. And college was one of the most joyful and challenging times of my life because for the first time, I was an adult and I had to be independent and do my own laundry and things. But at the same time, I was not alone because I had all my friends by my side. So Allison and Vian, thanks for being my hallmates/roommates from day one and walking alongside me in every season, including now. You all know how crazy I am and you embrace it. Daniel Jin, thanks for being my housemate and drinking my soup and driving me everywhere, even though I can't see you, you're hiding. And then to Julie and Sunmi and Megan who left, thanks for being a part of my RCF community and encouraging me with your faithfulness and being here today. And it was in college where I first got the call to go to Japan, and everyone knew I was studying too much Japanese when I should be doing other things. And everybody should have been telling me, Lillian, you're crazy, right? Because that's what other people think I am, I'm crazy. But instead, you all encouraged me and prayed for me. And it is honestly my college friends who are sending me to the field, in addition to you guys. And there's still a painful hole in my heart for leaving behind my college days and knowing that things will never be the same. But at the same time, I'm filled with joy and so encouraged to see that 2 years out from college, God is calling us all on our individual paths. And He is using us to glorify His name in all different ways. And He's sending us out from Penn and Philadelphia to the world. So I'm so proud of you all, and I'm so happy to see you all here today. Okay, so now my church family. If you are a high school friend or a college friend, then chances are you are related to me somehow through the church, or an email update, or my blog, or something like that. But I have grown up in this church my entire life. I've been to MVCCC since I was a baby. And I left 4 years for college and 1 year for Taiwan. So that's 5 years total. And when I came back in September 2023, it was like nothing had ever changed. Mountain View was the same place I remember to be. Not because it's a giant warehouse and looks the exact same as it does 5 years ago, and nothing's changed in the lobby, but because of the people in it. It is this church community that raised me, taught me biblical truths, and showed me a living example of what it means to lay down everything on the line to follow Jesus Christ. And Romans 13:7 says, "Give honor to whom honor is owed." So I want to recognize the people who have poured into me spiritually and taught me the most precious truths about God. Jack and Jody, I don't know where you are. Somewhere, out there. Thank you for all your years of doing Awana, even when I was a moody, upper elementary schooler. And I was like, Awana's a scam, and I didn't want to do it anymore. But thank you for your faithful service. David and Charlie, thank you for teaching Sunday school week after week. And Charlie, I will not forget your black and white PowerPoints. So I recognize all of your teaching. Jessica Valet, I don't know where you are. Thank you for being my first youth group counselor, for discipling me for over a decade. And Karen, thank you for being my spiritual mother and mentor, and always feeding me and making your home my home. Anne, who left, she was my discipler and mentor this past year and hung out with me during a very difficult season in my life. Avalon, thank you for joining our church team and for your faithful service to our youth group. Barry, thanks for answering every theological question I've ever had at record speed in the middle of the night. Heidi, Jesse, Anna, Yu Yao, thank you for letting me disciple you. And to be honest, nowadays, you guys disciple me as you get older and older. And for Heidi and Jesse, who are now almost done with college and through college, I'm very proud of both of you. Gail Martin, thanks for being the Canadian representation and for being our fearless leaders in Intersect. Even though we've had only 1 year, I'm so glad, or I've only been here for 1 year really, I'm so glad to be able to serve with you guys. And to the youth and youth families, thank you for letting me be a part of youth group and BAF and see all the beautiful things that God is doing in your life. To the worship team, and we'll read a long list of names. Charlie, Vincent, Koshi, Jess, Brian, Josh, Caleb, and anyone else I'm missing who I've ever played with. Thank you for making up for my lack of music theory and making my singing sound decent. You are all so talented. And I love being able to worship the Lord together. And I still remember that first Sunday in September when I came back and my life was so weird. Once I was on worship and once I started playing music with you guys, I felt at home. And John 15:13 says, "Greater love has no one than this, that someone laid down his life for his friends." And all people from these three groups, you are my friends. You are my chosen family. My whole life is based on relationships and connections to people. And when I came back from Asia in September 2023, I was so sad. Because my college friends were gone, my Taiwanese friends were gone, and my Japanese friends were all gone. And I was all alone. But little did I know, God was preparing for me a community of people who I didn't even know existed. And now some of these people have become my closest and most cherished friends. So I want to shout out the people who I've known for less than a year. And even though they knew I would be here for less than a year and I was always talking about leaving to Japan, they still took time to invest in me and care for me and love me. So Vincent, thank you for driving me to the airport at 2 a.m. and always being so gracious and kind and cooking and leading games and being so willing to serve. Brian, thanks for always entertaining us with your harmonica. And I know that one day you are going to be an amazing doctor. Jasmine Doan, thank you for being a spiritual role model for me and being my public relations officer and sharing about my mission with others. Janice, thanks for always being down to hang and for recommending me great anime shows. Caleb, thanks for making me the best drinks ever and being a role model in how many degrees I should pursue. And always being down to help with worship, whatever I tell you to do. Wendy, I'm glad God gave us this summer together so that we can make up for the past 2 years. And Josh, thanks for sending me reels and making me laugh and being an Asian Brandon Lake and hyping up our congregation. And to all the other people that God has brought into my life, based off the RSVP list, I don't know if they're actually here, but Darren, Steve, Jasmine, Han, Rebecca, Jeremy and Mandy, Kevin, Bernice, Steven, who I met like last week on Zoom, and anyone else I missed, I'm so thankful to have met you this past year and for the gift of friendship. So to all of you, thank you for being in my life and making me laugh a lot and being a light in this very difficult season. Now, finally, I want to thank my family, the Chen family, to my mom and dad. Thank you for this gift of life, for bringing me to this family. I know I was a crazy child, and you just let me be me, my goofy, silly self. And even though you had low expectations for me because I was a premature baby, and I turned out fine through the Cupertino school system, thank you for all you have done to grow me up into the person I am today. My mom, after a long day of work, she would still drive me to TJ Maxx, so the Cupertino library, at 8 p.m. because I wanted to go. And she would let me buy brand name clothes from American Eagle and Hollister, and instead she said that she only wanted to buy her clothes from Ross. And And Dad, you would drop me off and pick me up at school, even though Limerick was a 10-minute walk away. We lived on the same street. And you would cut and peel the best fruit for me, and you would always eat the seed. But most importantly, Mom and Dad, thank you for always letting me go to church and showing me what it means to be a Christian. From a young age, I always remember our house having these random guests, and these Chinese pastors would come and try to preach a sermon to me in Chinese. And I would flee to my room, and I would wonder why we always have these random people in our house. But now I know it is because my mom and dad have the gifts of generosity and hospitality. Finally, Mom and Dad, thank you for honoring God's call upon my life and letting me go to the mission field. And I am so proud to call you both my parents, and I thank God for both of you. Now, Victor and Joanna, God blessed me with siblings so that I didn't have to be an only child. So Victor, thank you for always paving the way forwards, for being such an integral part of my childhood, like watching anime cartoons every Saturday morning, and for being the academic superstar and math club president so I didn't have to. Thank you for telling me to invest in NVIDIA 4 years ago, and always giving me godly wisdom and advice. And even though I blackmailed you many times as your younger sister, like DW and Arthur, you never stayed mad at me. Joanna, God gave me a baby sister when I was 9, and I got to watch you grow up. And that has been the greatest blessing of my life. And now I can't believe you're a sophomore, and I hope you get to live out my haiku dreams through playing volleyball. And we've had our fair share of arguments, and I think your room is still like a goal. But I know that God is shaping your character and your life, especially in your high school years. And this is where our paths diverge, but I want you to know that even if I'm an ocean away, I'm always proud of you. And last, I want to thank God. We know and worship a God who has paid the price for our salvation and is completely worthy of all of our praise. And I know that every moment of joy and laughter in my life is a gift from our Heavenly Father. So I'm so thankful for the love of Jesus Christ that has transformed my life and has welcomed me into his family, this church family, and that is everyone here today. And everyone here has played a part into the person I am today. So thank you for praying for me, sacrificing resources for me, and loving me so well, because words cannot truly say how grateful I am. And I hope you know that every soul impacted by the gospel in Japan is the result of your presence and love in me. And something I learned as I become an adult is that the changing of seasons is very significant. When I graduated high school, I mourned that I would never live life at the same pace with my friends ever again. And then the same happened for college. And then the same happened for Taiwan. And it seems like life is a never-ending cycle of goodbyes. And this is certainly one of the most drastic goodbyes in my life. But I realize that goodbyes are inevitable. Reflecting on the past and nostalgia is inevitable. But the one thing that matters right now is the present. So in the present moment, I thank God that I can be here with you all, because this is one of the few times in my life that I will be surrounded by all the people I love in one place. And for me, home is not a physical building or a place or a city, but it is about people. Home is where the people I love is. And even if I want things to stay the same forever, things on earth will never stay the same. But there is one thing that will stay constant, because Hebrews 13:8 says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. And when we are in heaven, things will stay perfect forever. No. So I don't know how long I will be gone. Maybe it could be a few months, 1 year, 5 years, maybe 20. Only God knows. But what I also know is that this is not goodbye, because I look forward to hanging out with you guys in heaven for a very, very long time. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone here for partaking in the glorious mission of bringing the gospel to the ends of the earth. Thank you for loving me and being a part of my life, and thank you for being my friends and my chosen family. You are all God's gift to me.